Why do you think the Rebbe didn't ever visit Eretz Yisrael?
Oh, that's quite an interesting question. Many theories there. The Rebbe never really. He didn't always explain. He didn't explain that explicitly. But some people felt there were a couple of insights. Some people feel he did reply once to, I think it was General Sharon at the time, and he said something to the effect that Rebbe, he said, a general always goes out to war in front of his people, and everybody follows. And I think if it was Sharon, it was obviously hinting that the Rebbe should, you come to Israel, and everybody will follow you.
Right.
And the Rebbe said, look, your analogy is a good one, but there is an exception, and that exception is a sinking ship. A sinking ship, the captain is the last one to get off. And on the contrary, if he gets off, he's considered irresponsible. And therefore, perhaps one could say, if the Rebbe saw diaspora, Jewry, as a sinking ship, and that it's his responsibility not to run for the safety of and inspiration of the Holy Land, but as somebody to make sure that everybody else would be able to appreciate the importance of going home to Eretz Yisrael, which is, of course, which we all hoped for, which was Mashiach again. So therefore, he would be, in a sense, the last one to go. That's,
Yes, yeah.
apart from the fact that he did mention to a certain Rav who did encourage him to come, that if this Rav would give the Rebbe a psak din, a clear halachic decision that it was absolutely 100% okay for the Rebbe to come to Israel, and to leave Israel to go back to minister in outside,
Yes.
then fine, he would do it. But of course, this rabbi could make no such halachic decision because there is none.
Right.
The reason we go and come from Eretz Yisrael, we rely on various, heterim and various leniencies. But Rebbes don't rely on leniencies.
Thank you for the answer. Thank you. What inspired the Rebbe to create the concept of shluchim around the world?
Well, I think this discussion that we spoke about that of bringing Mashiach, because he wanted to bring Yiddishkeit and reignite Yiddishkeit or ignite Yiddishkeit all over the world. And the Rebbe obviously can't be in every place at once. So, as the Talmud says, Shliach Adam Kumoisai, as an emissary, almost takes on the personality of the one who sends, and therefore, by making shluchim all over the world, in a sense, the Rebbe was saying, look, I would like to participate with every community throughout the world, every Jewish community, and therefore, as a shliach, as an emissary of the Rebbe, people do have that connection with the Rebbe himself, and that way, in a way, he wanted to conquer the world with Yiddishkeit through the numerous emissaries that he has and ambassadors all over the world.
It's amazing the success and perhaps people returning to Yiddishkeit from these ambassadors around the world. India or China, Mexico, wherever you are in the world, you'll see a Chabadnik.
And even in Hendon. That's a real chiddush. It's a real novelty.
Can you tell Jewish Online Magazine, Rabbi Overlander, about how people still seek the guidance of the Rebbe through his timeless letters and responses?
Yeah, I mean, as we mentioned before, the Rebbe left a massive legacy of talks, of letters, of video recordings, of audiences with the Rebbe. It's just an enormous body of wisdom of the Rebbe, and people, one of the great Rebbes in Chabad, I'm not sure who it was, perhaps I think the third Rebbe, he said, I'm going above and I'm leaving my writings below to you. So there's just been, if anybody wants to know the Rebbe's view on any particular subject, you can nowadays just Google it, and there's just, so, and then of course there are people who will ask for personal requests. They will go to perhaps the gravesite of the Rebbe himself, they will pray to the Almighty, and they will ask for a bracha, a blessing, that the Rebbe perhaps intercede and bless them for various things that they may need. there's a story of the Rebbe when the previous Rebbe passed away, Rabbi Yosef Yitzhak Schneerson in 1950. Somebody came to the Rebbe, and I'm not even sure the Rebbe was yet Rebbe. It was very early on, and because it was a year until he actually took over the leadership. So this chap, he was very depressed and upset, and the Rebbe said, "What are you so upset about?" He said, "Well, when the Rebbe was alive, we're talking about the previous Rebbe now, he said, I always had somebody to write to about, my family simchas, and any time I had a problem, and I would always write to him, and the Rebbe would always answer me. And now I've got nobody to answer." And the Rebbe told him, he smiled, and he said to him, you carry on writing to the Rebbe, and the Rebbe will find a way to answer you. And this is, I think, a beautiful thing that people have taken on, that people feel that they can still write to the Rebbe, and you can do this online, you can fax, you can write a letter and feel a personal connection. And there have been numerous miracles all over the world as a result of such personal requests, going in. So we continue to write to the Rebbe, and the Rebbe finds a way to answer.
Very nice. The Rebbe perceived the wealth of potential in each and every one of us. And isn't it wonderful that this continues to be one of the themes of Chabad?
The potential of every
Seeing
Jew.
The potential of each and every...
This is something people don't quite appreciate. People say, "Oh, you guys believe in the Rebbe this and you believe in the Rebbe that," and that we're sometimes taken to task for believing so much in the Rebbe. I think what people have missed is not so much as that the Hasidim believed in the Rebbe, is that the Rebbe believed in the Hasidim. Even though all the Hasidim were kind of simple, ordinary guys, but the Rebbe's unbelievable belief in the power and the ability and the godliness, the source, the well source, the treasure in every single Jew, and that brought it out of people, okay? And that was incredible. Belief in other people empowers them and allows them to do their best, even supposedly ordinary, simple people. And I think this is an amazing thing. The Rebbe's belief in us, not our belief in the Rebbe. That's standard. But it was his belief in us that was amazing. He had phenomenal belief. And the fact that people feel that the Rebbe is still the Rebbe, shall we say, even if not in a physical body down on this earth. The fact that so many Hasidim and so many followers and shluchim around the world feel that he is still, so to speak, at the helm. The Talmud says about Moshe Rabbeinu, even Ma lahalan omed shamash afkan omed shamash. Just as he served God and served the Jewish people in his lifetime, even after his lifetime, so to speak, he is serving God and the Jewish people. And people feel that he is with us in spirit, just as much as if not more so than when he was physically alive, and therefore feel that he is guided by them, and he is helped by them, inspired by them, and therefore, if you have somebody in charge, then if you have a leader, then you don't need another one.